So you mentioned the ACT framework. Was that acceptance, commitment, training? Is that another framework that was another framework as well when you mentioned it right at the beginning?
Yeah, that is the framework that I feel is really helpful, and it has a bunch of sort of tools that sit within it. That are, it's an open source framework, really supported by a large community of psychologists and coaches and trainers and stuff around the world. But yeah, definitely helping people work with stress and pressure rather than trying to reduce it. And I think it's especially applicable, when I see, as you're alluding to, when you see what's happened over the last few years around baseline anxiety or change or, what COVID has done, and then there will be the next thing, right? Like change is the universal constant. Some of those cliches come in, but it's how do you navigate that? How do you create an internal anchor rather than an external anchor? And really, when I think about my own sort of tough period, 5 years ago, I think about it in the context of I was looking everywhere outside of me for solutions, whether that was motivational tapes, books, talking to others, where really the only answer that's going to stick is is looking in the mirror and really trying to hold that and try to bring some definition to that. And so, it's a challenge for sure. It's often the last place to look, right?
Yeah, well, I have heard the term before. Success is an inside job, but we still go looking for it everywhere else, though, don't we?
Yeah, and the measurement of it external, right? Like I think that's talking to the downside perhaps of social media is that constant comparison. Amazing tool for publishing and expression and self-expression stuff, but the downside of that is the constant comparison points and the challenge there and seeing other people's highlight reels, right? No one shares their bad days, or very few people share their bad days. So it's just making sure to keep in mind, well, what's my own assessment of what that looks like for me versus
I totally
what the world's telling me I need to.